I've been talking this whole entire time and people couldn't hear me. What's happening? Listen, I'm gonna run all that back real quick because I know y'all saw me talking. Listen, hang tight. We're gonna cut to a commercial. Y'all don't go anywhere. Hang tight for me, real quick. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I am so bad with the technology. Can y'all tell my whoopsie? Listen, that's behind the scenes. Don't tell anybody you saw that. I'm always trying to be very professional, but I messed that up. I was gonna say another word, but listen, I got some church going folks in here listening. Welcome to In My City. My name is Tabitha Simmons, and I'm the host. Listen, we have a lot of amazing things that are coming up. We are in my city is going to be in the city. We're going to be in Charlotte. We're going to be Atlanta. We're going to be Savannah. We're about to be Columbia, South Carolina. We're going to be everywhere. You're going to see us out in the field doing our thing for the first time. In My City moves from behind the desk. How about that? Listen, we have some dope interviews coming up. Tonight is no exception. We're still waiting on our guest of honor. We're going to give him a couple of more minutes, actually, maybe about 5 or 10 more minutes so we can get this show started. To those of you who have tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Tabitha Simmons. We have an amazing announcement. Last week, actually earlier this week, I made an announcement. In My City has decided to take on a co-host, and I'm excited to welcome him. I'm excited to have him aboard the team. We're all excited to see what he brings. We're gonna see how he meshes, and I get to show y'all. I am a team player. I don't care what they saying or how y'all feel about me. I am a team player, but um, he's going to debut in his first interview with me on the 24th with Michelle and Sean, Mr. and Mrs. Michelle and Sean Clark, Arkevius Armstrong. So I want you guys to give him a warm welcome. He is a great addition to In My City. He is amazing. He's coming with it. I'm coming with it, and we're going to make it happen. Lined up interview wise, we have coming up on the 13th, Monday, February 13th, we have Canadian producer, film director, all that good stuff. In My City is in Canada. Come on, y'all. Tristan Barrocks is going to be joining us 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All our interviews are pretty much the same time, but that's Monday, February the 13th. And then on the 17th, we're actually going to be live and on the location with Miss Athena Vassell. She's a celebrity esthetician, and she's also she's in she has a reality show, if I'm not mistaken. She's in a reality show that she's filming. So she's agreed to, come and share some of her time. And I'm going to be on location getting my face done and, spot out and all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to figure out if I should wear my bonnet or put my hair on because I don't want her rubbing stuff on my lace. None of that foolishness. But I mean, we'll see how that goes anyway. Right after that, of course, we have on the 24th, Friday the 24th, we have Michelle and Sean Clark interview. So we have some great things lined up. We also have we're going to implement a lot of new things. Arkevius is coming. He's bringing his A game with some new and innovative ideas. Another thing I wanted to talk about with you guys is that we are having we're going to do something with couples. It's called I forget my own stuff, y'all. Sheesh. Hey, hold on, because I seriously, honestly, I forgot what it was. It's called Agree to Disagree. And y'all are going to like that. It's going to give you guys an opportunity, or it was going to be about couples, but this is actually for, brothers, sisters, best friends, coworkers, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, side piece, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to get together and we're going to answer some questions. Y'all going to find out some stuff about your other halves that you had no idea even existed. So listen, without further ado, our guest of honor is here. Let me give him the proper introduction. He is an actor and a comedian and mental health advocate. A few weeks ago, I put out an ad for men, not just black men, not just our men I put out an ad for men who were dealing with depression. And this is a difficult, difficult subject, oftentimes to discuss. And so when his PR reached out to me and said, I have the perfect person for you, we instantly got on board because it's hard to get men in general to discuss this issue, let alone talk about things that they've gone through in their lives and how they've overcome, how they're going through it. And we try to help them overcome. And so we brought this young man here on In My City with you for us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Turbskee.
How you doing, Tabitha?
I'm
How you
good. How
feeling?
are you?
I'm all right. I'm sorry. I didn't know she sent me the link. I didn't know she sent the link.
Hmm.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the link. I'm sitting there, nervous, hands, palms sweating, and then she was like, "She waiting on you. Waiting on me where?" My
And
fault. I
is sure
apologize.
was. I'm sitting there like, now wait a minute now. Come on now. We got to do
Nah, I was
better.
yeah.
How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Listen, every day above ground is a good day. You don't need to complain.
At all?
Absolutely. So, listen, first of all, I want to welcome you to In My City. We have some things to talk about. We've got some mending, some healing, some spiritual stuff to go on because I hope you got time tonight because I brought time. You got some?
Yeah, I got a little time. I got a lot of time. I ain't got nowhere to go.
That's what's
I
happening.
ain't got nowhere
um,
to go.
let's start at the beginning. I love to start at the beginning to give my listeners a focal point, a starting point. You grew up in, what is it, Rochester, New York, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about growing up when you were young there. How was it growing up?
Rochester is it's not a place. It used to be a place for like families to come, and like it was one of those cities where people brought their families like to work at the big power plants or like the General Motors, the Kodaks, the Xerox, all that
Mm,
type of stuff.
mm.
But Rochester is a ghetto right now. Like growing up, it's a ghetto, man. It's a ghetto. It's the sun barely shines where I'm from.
Mm, mm.
You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of negativity, and it's a lot of it's a story behind the gloom in our city. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got to be here. You got to be from here to really know it, to learn
Mm,
it and understand it. And people live in that. You know what I'm saying? People live in that small city mindset. I don't like to use this term because crabs don't belong in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the crabs in the barrel. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't like to use that term because crabs don't belong in a barrel. So survival of the fittest as soon as you put them in there. You know what I mean?
That's
So
what's up.
that's why when they try to climb out, somebody grab you like, "Oh, where you going?" Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Facts.
but
Facts.
family wise, my mother, she definitely did her greatest that she could for me and my siblings. But just the city that we're from, man, it's just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's not it.
I can
You know
understand.
what I mean? It's not it. So
Are you still live in Rochester now?
yeah, temporarily.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
I'm on my way out the door. I got one foot out the door.
Yeah.
I
You
got one foot out the door.
you almost didn't want to tell me. I ain't trying to get in your business or nothing like that.
Well, tell me what.
I said
No,
you almost. It's
I'm just
almost
trying
like
to
you
be
didn't want to tell me.
yeah, because I'll be doing sneak attacks. I'll be out of here. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm just going, because when they see the interview, they're going to be like, oh, he moving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So it's
yeah,
like,
and that ain't none of their business anyway. Anyway, moving
exactly.
on.
I should have texted, like, yes,
And you should
I'm
have
leaving
said,
soon.
"Stay out my business tab."
Yes,
So
I'm
listen,
leaving.
when growing up, we understand that it was a difficult neighborhood. So school and everything went well for you. Are you an only child?
No, no, I have siblings. I have
No. Are you the
siblings.
oldest? Where do you fall?
No, I'm the middle child.
Mm,
I'm
you're
the
the
middle
middle
on
child.
both sides from my dad and my mom.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's move forward a little bit. You gave me a little bit of backstory about your childhood. So when your PR reached out to me again, I put up an ad about our men suffering from depression. So now it's time to go ahead and get into this,
Okay.
and what we can do, the signs, the stigma that's associated with men, and reaching out and saying something before it's too late. You work you're a mental health advocate, yes?
Well, yes.
So
Okay.
tell me a little bit about how you got started with that. Was there a particular situation in your life that made you decide to say, "Hey, this is what I need to do"?
Falling under my own depression,
Mm,
making my making excuses and living in them. Um, I I've been sober for 6 years now, clean and sober for six
congratulations.
years. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Mm,
And on that journey that I was on, of me trying to get sober, or you know, trying to clean my clean myself up, my spirit in general. I made a lot of excuses for. See this Rochester. I'm sorry, you hear
oh, I hear it.
that? Yeah.
Oh,
So
got a little
I made a
scared.
nah, they ain't coming to get me. I made a lot of excuses for the the things that I was doing, that I was going through.
Mhm,
You know, like we as men, we don't talk about us having daddy issues.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? We definitely have daddy issues. We lack that comfort from, our parents, or from, particularly a dad. Like in my case, it was my father, not to speak anything bad about him, but that was a person that I blamed for a lot.
mhm,
I blamed for a lot. I blamed him for my drinking. I blamed him for my choices. I blamed him for not guiding me, holding my hand through the things that I was doing. You know what I mean? Not having to talk with me about the birds and the bees.
mm.
And you get what I'm saying? Like certain
Yeah.
stuff. Like I was stuck in a world where I was, like I said, it was survival of the fittest.
Mhm,
So, um, in that case of my choice making, like me constantly drinking, or me deciding to do a drug, I blamed other people. I'll
mm,
come up with, oh, today I'm having a bad day. Let me have a drink. Or
mm,
somebody passed away. Oh, let me do this. Or, these are the things that we program ourselves to continue to do. You know what I mean? And,
mhm,
I just was steeping, just, I'm talking about nose diving into stress, nose diving into
mm,
depression. And, like still to this day, like when things happen to me now, um, like I'm going through, I'm grieving. I just
mm.
lost my nephew last week,
My I'm sorry to
and
hear that.
I just like last year I lost one of my siblings. So it's like now I get to a point where I shut down in the sense of not just not speaking, because it's how
Mm,
I program myself to reset to the
absolutely.
outside world. I'm not speaking, I'm not talking, I don't, you get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that person. I'm trying to find that greater me, so
Mhm,
I don't go back to the old me, because
mhm.
I knew where I was comfortable. I used to be comfortable being in that place of depression. I got a
Yeah.
pillow one time,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Like I got comfortable there. Like
mm.
rock bottom, if I'm be at rock bottom, I might as well get comfortable. Give me a
Yeah,
blanket. I'll be here
yeah,
for a while.
yeah.
And I get silent, and people don't read into that, but it's definitely not healthy some days.
Mm.
You know, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, keep going, go
Um,
ahead.
yeah, it's to go back to like to my sobriety. So, like I said, I've been sober for 6 years, clean and
Mm,
sober for 6 years now. So I don't have no desires of that. I don't have no desires to drink. I don't have no desires to, do a drug or even party. Like I could go places and have a good time without getting drunk or doing these things. But when I hold conversations with people that are there, they tell me, "I'm so proud of you for
mm,
the things that you are doing. How can I get to that point?" You know what I mean? And then I just have to let them know, like, you got to forgive yourself for all the wrongs you've done in your life, not in the sense of the actions, but when it come down to,
mhm,
missed
mhm,
opportunities, the excuses that you made,
mm.
the failures, because we drink and drug to those things.
Yeah.
We use those as, not, I don't want to say a crutch, but we use those excuses as reasons to do what we're doing, and you know.
Mm. So let me ask you this. Do you think that we're going to get a little deeper? If at any time you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to answer something, please let me know, cuz
Oh
I'm
no,
with
go
it.
ahead. I'm here.
I'm
I'm here.
trying to heal somebody. I'm trying to help
Nah, we here.
somebody
We
out there who's listening. So do you feel that men oftentimes hold themselves to this standard of you're a man and you're strong and you should portray that, and nobody wants to see you crying, nobody don't want to see what you're going through? Do you feel like that is a part of why most men don't acknowledge the fact that, hey, I'm depressed, I need my space, or I need some help?
got to unlearn that because we were programmed to think that way.
Mm,
So a lot of times, if a man was taught that, he was taught that by a broken man.
mm,
So we learn things from broken men who, like, being a parent don't come with a pamphlet, being a man don't come with a pamphlet,
facts.
being a
Facts.
woman doesn't come with a pamphlet.
Mm,
Like this, we create and set these opinionated rules and we
mm,
make it law. You get what I'm saying? Like, a man don't cry. And I
yeah.
was going to tell you in the beginning, you was like, but I'm not gonna complain. You said every day on earth is a good day.
Mm,
Or you said every day my feet is on the ground is a good day, but I'm not gonna complain.
mm,
We gotta unlearn that too because we program ourselves to say it's not a complaint. If it's an issue, let's talk about it.
mm,
We're not gonna dwell. Well, we're gonna talk about this. Like, we have to get that out.
yeah.
And these are the things that men like. I remember I'm being 4 years old, I fell and my dad told me one time, get up and be a man or stop crying like
Mm-hmm.
a be a man. I'm four.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even have hair down here. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean be a man?
Yeah.
Uh, and that hinders us from being comfort, finding comfort, being able
Mm,
to spread love and show love. A lot of men think, oh, we always got to live in this masculine energy. A lot of men
mm,
don't know that you have feminine energy as well.
absolutely.
That don't make you feminine. That don't make you
I
gay or
agree.
anything. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, that don't make you
Yeah.
no other type of person. But you still have that energy. It's okay to be soft. Like, you don't have to be tough all the time, bro. Like, why cry behind closed doors? It's okay to shed a tear. That's why
Mm,
men is frustrated now. That's a lot of men are frustrated and can't explain what they're going through because I gotta be a man. That don't make you a man, bro.
mm.
That doesn't define you as a man. So
A lot of times it's difficult. I feel, coming from a female's point of view, when you talk, I think it works both ways on both sides of the fence. When you talk about unlearning behavior that we've learned, and we've learned these particular types of, I will call it toxic behaviors from our family, because
right.
our family members, because that's what they know. That's what his father taught him, and his father taught him, and so forth. And so what ends up happening is generation after generation after generation of be strong and stand up and be a man, like you said at four,
Hmm.
and that happens standing around and watching, there's no hugs. Most men, my dad wasn't a hugger, and I can tell you on both sides of the fence, when it's coming from a female point of view, when it's more common to talk about a female having daddy issues than it is to talk about, quote unquote, men having daddy issues when we know it exists. I
Hmm.
think a lot of times men, again, like you said, use certain things as an excuse. So do you feel like when you know better, you do better? That's what I like to think. So even though you can't, I get you're upset. Men are upset that the fathers weren't there, or you didn't have someone to show you how to be a man, or how to be the best man that they knew how to be.
Hmm.
So do you think that most men carry this anger with them, and it's hard for them to release that?
They we all carry that anger within some way. Like, I learned to release it, and
Mm,
that comes with forgiving.
mm,
You know, like I said, we're learning from broken men.
mm,
If that's a generational curse, that's a generational trauma that we're doing is pass it along.
mm.
Like, you don't. I
Absolutely.
never wanted my dad to show me how to be a man. Just come on this journey with me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm to the point where it's like if I feel some type of way towards him now, it's because him not being there for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. You know what I mean? Let them know that their granddad is a good person. Let
Mm-hmm.
them know, let them see a side that I didn't get a chance to see. You know what I mean? Because I could love you better to them, you know what I'm saying, opposed to
Mm-hmm.
me being that child that missed out on everything, you know. So a lot of men today just hold a grudge and they use that excuse because it's two sides of the coin. Like we could either
Mm-hmm.
hold this grudge, be upset all the time, or we could forgive and move forward. You know, so being being a man, me being a father, like I had to learn how to be I had to unlearn the way I was parenting, right? I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
be a better dad than my dad, opposed to just being a dad to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all learning. It's all learning.
Yeah. So
I hope I answered
when
your question. Did I answer your question?
you did indeed, you listen, you went,
Okay.
you gave extra too. You gave a
Okay.
whole lot of extra. I'm messing with you. You did, yeah, you did indeed. um, so men, when they fall into a depressive state, what did you do other than forgiving yourself? First and foremost, yes, I agree with that. You have to forgive yourself and allow yourself the opportunity to be happy. And I know sometimes if it works the same side, I can't, understand what it's like in your shoes as a grown man, but I can kind of grasp that it may be the same thing across the board when you talk about forgiving yourself and allowing yourself to just be happy in your space the way you are, um, with what you have, and being open to the possibilities. So for men, I'm asking, why is it so hard?
Because they don't tap into the feminine energy.
Mm,
You know, we don't. Like I said, we're not. We're created to provide.
mm-hmm.
You know, like boy, no,
Yeah.
shut up, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like that, all that
Absolutely.
hoorah. You know, so it's like we never had that comfort.
Mm-hmm.
We were never shown that comfort, and people that were shown that type of love or that that affection, they were considered soft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pampered, uh, in a sense. So when it comes down to, let me say this: men just need a lot of men need to understand and know that it's okay. A lot of men need to know that they're safe.
Mm,
A lot of men never felt safe. A lot of men never felt protected. That's why we put on this mask, uh, and we wear it like a badge of honor. You know, like that masculine energy that we live in,
mm,
that masculine energy that we don't take a break from. You know, that's draining. That's the most draining thing like you can ever do. Like think
mm.
about it. A guy loses his job, right?
Yes.
And it's sad because one of my, some years ago, one of my close friends, I grew up with him. Rest in peace, to my boy Dave. He took his life because he felt like he couldn't provide, and it was he didn't feel safe at home with his lady, and she made. I'm not gonna blame it. From what he wrote, from what he said
Mm,
in his note, she made him feel less than a man.
mm.
But we don't know what a man is. We all are our own individuals.
Absolutely.
We are all our own individuals. Your definition of being a man is what you create.
Mm,
I can't, the man that I am, I can only tell people things that I've done to become this man. A lot of people may not agree with the man that I am. You get what
mm,
I'm saying? But I'm still a man at the end of the day.
mm,
You define who you are. You define who you are. You create that image, you
mm.
know. And
So when you talk, let's be clear, when you say the word safe, um, I'd imagine for men, it's emotionally and mentally finding a safe place or knowing that it's safe to be expressive
be
about their feelings
vulnerable
without being judged.
and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, we lack vulnerability. Uh, we lack how can I word it? We lack communication skills.
Mm,
We lack being able to speak in our emotions. You
mm,
know, that's a lot of things that we do. Like, you know, it's good emotions, it's bad emotions. We are quick to
mm,
speak out of bad emotions. You know, I will
mm,
stop talking before I even get to that point.
mm,
Because if I say something fly out of the mouth and I can't take it back, it's like, damn, I done put it out
mm,
there now.
mm.
You know, only the next thing I can do is apologize. But people, that is like an eyesore. You know, people see it. People see that all day. You cut somebody out of bad emotions. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget what you just said because you ain't have to talk to me like that. I don't care how mad you was, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of men don't have that safe space to speak to anyone because they don't want to come off as soft. They don't want to be a quote unquote punk or however,
Mm,
you know.
mm.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna express.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
I'm what? I'm gonna cry. You may actually. I may cry tonight.
You gonna get it out, huh?
Yeah, I may.
Like, hold
What?
on. Is he crying, y'all? Yeah, is he crying? You want to
Listen.
cut? What you want to do? You want to keep
Nope.
rolling
Let it
or
roll.
no?
Keep
We're gonna keep
rolling
going. All right.
because I'm scared. I'm, I'm gonna let it out.
Oh, and I think that most people don't realize that something is wrong with someone, male or female, until
Mm-hmm.
it's too late. And you hear so many people, "Well, I'm here, and I'm here." And I'm telling you from being transparent, from being a suicide, a three-time suicide survivor myself, dealing with depression as a woman and as a child and as a teenager in my life. You hear people say all the time, "Well, I'm always here. You can come and talk to me." But the main thing is do you feel safe with a lot of people don't tell you things because they know you're going to tell their business. So and that's a part of a lot of reason why people don't want to share things, because I personally can say, okay, well, it's not about what people would think or if they think that I was strong or weak. That's a part of it. Absolutely, that's a part of it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want you to think that I can't deal. I don't want my family to think less of me because of, if my mom were in these shoes, my mother would take this. If my grandmother were in my shoes, my grandmother would take this. If my father were in these shoes, my father would take this. He would be strong, he would deal with it, and he would move on. He wouldn't be as weak as you are right now, as to try to say, I can't deal with this anymore. So we grow up thinking that we have to always remain strong. And as a grown woman, I deal with that a lot, because
Mm-hmm.
you're battling whether you should be strong. Your image is when it comes to your family, if you have a close-knit family like I do, or friends, or whatever the case may be, it's how you look to other people a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we think that we're taking the noble way out, or the best way out possible. But I'm trying to tell a lot of people that you don't notice that somebody is dealing with something. And if you don't know, and you thought that you've allowed yourself to open yourself up to talk to this person, it's because they didn't trust you. They
That's
didn't
a fact.
trust you enough with their feelings. So
That's a
yeah,
fact.
they decide to keep it in, and it's sad that the people that they don't trust, like you said with your friend, the wife, the husband, the children. A lot of times we don't want to put that burden. We feel like it's a burden.
And a lot of people don't give you. So back to what you were saying about, you know, we don't trust people
Mm-hmm.
with our story because that's what it is at that time.
Yeah.
It's a story.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a situation not too long ago where something happened with me and I found out they told three other people, and I'm
Now I know good and
like
well you
what?
didn't just say,
What?
"Wow."
I said, wow, like why you? That's fine. That's cool. Now I know my limit with you. Now I know I can't. express certain things to you. I can't tell you this. I can't tell you that. That's why I'm silent about certain moves that I'm making. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna be quiet about certain things that I'm doing in my life because when it happens, one, if people say they're gonna pray for you. Are you praying
Mm.
for me or are you praying on me?
Ooh.
It's a difference. You get what I'm saying? Like
Ooh.
I need to know which type of what angle I gotta play you from.
Absolutely.
I need to know where we going with this. Like you
Yeah.
want to see me win because it's always no matter what you gotta perform. It's some people that's coming to see you win. It's some people that's coming to see you lose. But as long as they
Absolutely.
coming to see you,
Mm.
put on,
Mm.
and um backtrack a little bit. First time I did try to commit suicide twice.
Mm.
The greatest failed attempts in my life.
Thanks.
The greatest thing I ever did was fail at. My greatest failure was trying to kill myself. And the first time I did, I was 13,
Mm.
13 years old. Being self sufficient is a gift and a curse
Mm-hmm.
because it just used to be, oh, all you gotta do is show Turbo something once and he got it.
Ooh.
But me knowing that,
It's
me,
pressure.
it's a lot of pressure.
Mm.
But it
Mm-hmm.
takes away from that one-on-one bonding. It takes away
Mm-hmm.
from somebody showing me, us having some type of connection because, oh, you know what to do. You know what to do. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then being so self-sufficient, I was left with anybody.
Mm.
You could leave me around anybody. And then like anybody will watch me. That's not safe.
No.
Never felt protected as a child. You get what I'm saying? So, you
Absolutely.
know, the traumas of dealing with being around this person, that person, that person, that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It carries on. Then you try to tell your story, people don't believe you. I don't have no
Yeah.
reason to lie about what's going on.
Yeah.
And before you want to hurt somebody else, that you're the maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the issue. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
everybody else's life would be better if I wasn't here. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We start to think those
Absolutely.
things. And that's not weakness. I had to tell myself, I had to train myself and tell myself that's not weakness. That's just the devil.
Mm.
That's just the devil. However you view the devil, whatever your religion is, whatever,
Facts.
the
Facts.
the devil could be that toxic mindset,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
And these are things we don't talk about. These are things we don't share with others. So
Mm.
I'm glad you're still here too. I'm glad your attempts was failures.
I
Um,
said the same thing for you.
I'm glad
Exact
your
same thing.
attempts were failures because what you are doing with in your mission, you are here to serve. So you
Absolutely.
you had to go through that. You had to go
Absolutely.
through that, and I can only imagine what you saw
Mm.
in those moments and in those times. And I thank you. I
Mm.
thank you for being here. Don't you?
Hang tight.
No, I thank you.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
you.
I appreciate
Nah,
it.
you got to think about we like I was never big on like public speaking or
Yeah.
like wanting to be seen. I've been popular my whole life. I've been known my whole life, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was for something good or something bad. I used to be a maniac. I ain't gonna lie to you. Terrorist. You hear me? Terrorist.
Showing out.
People, you know what? People see my skits and be like, oh, he just so funny. Listen,
Yeah.
really like that. Not bragging, just letting you know. Like you can check the resume. Like, yeah. But now I do it for a bigger purpose. I do it
Mm.
for, you know what I'm saying? So me doing my skits, me acting, me, doing collaborations, I could make y'all laugh all day and then I'm gonna pop out and show y'all my sobriety.
Mm.
I'm gonna pop out and show y'all that I'm into fitness. I'm gonna pop out and let y'all know, like, I battle from depression. I
Yeah.
battle from stress. because
Yeah.
this is just to bring y'all in. I'm a real y'all in.
Yeah.
I'm a real
Facts.
y'all in. And now we're going, let's have fellowship real quick.
That's right.
Let's talk about this. And that's another
That's
thing.
right.
I'm glad I just said that. That's another thing. Men run away from the word therapy.
I was just gonna. You read my mind. Let's go. Let's get it.
Men, people, men and women,
People in
not
general.
just men. Yeah, in general. I'm not even going, we not just going, we're going to make this about human,
Facts.
not even about the, not even about black people. We just going to make this about humans. We didn't want to make this about men. We run away from therapy
Mm,
because the first thing we say ain't nothing wrong with it.
that's right. I ain't crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Something wrong with you,
Oh,
beloved.
so
Oh,
you ain't gonna be
something wrong with you,
embarrassing me on
beloved.
my show. You ain't gonna be embarrassing me.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking
He's like,
about
wait a
us.
minute. Oh, yes, it is something wrong with
I was
you.
talking about
Something's
us.
wrong.
I was talking
Something's
about
wrong with
we all in this together.
us.
We all in this together. All right, because I know something wrong with me.
Ooh.
But it's a lot of right with me too. Long
Mm,
as the long as the right outweigh the wrong.
I know that's
You
right.
know. So what I would do, like I have a studio, and in my studio, I would just invite people there for I originally called it a healing circle. Nobody
Mm,
showed up.
mm,
Nobody showed up,
mm.
but two people. I called it fellowship. 30 people showed up. You hear healing, oh, I don't need to be healed.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good. Or they shy away from it because they don't want to show vulnerability. They don't want to. They don't want to expose that side of themselves. You know, and it's a sacrifice for me. I'm willing to do it
Mm.
so others could do it. You know, like I cry in front of, not intentionally, but I'm saying I would let it out because this is something that needs to be done. Like you need,
Mhm.
I speak with passion. Like
Yeah.
I tell my boys, I tell anybody that I see on a regular basis, I love you.
Mm.
I love you. If nobody love you, I love you. I'm proud of you. Like yo, we are
Mm.
here. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And like oh my god, man, I was just telling my boy yesterday. Like I bought my boy some socks, right? My boy he at the gym. My boy Cam, man, his brother. I love them, man. I love him, his dad, and I bought his dad some socks, uh, his brother Connor some socks, and my boy Cam some socks, right? And they didn't. The first thing they said, "What is this for? Why you give me the socks? Like these socks, like the dope socks." And I was like, "Man, this is my token, my appreciation. I love y'all." My boy Cam, like he just started crying, like you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, we in the gym, you know. I'm like, hold on, bro, we in the gym, like you know.
Get yourself together.
Yeah, get it together,
Get
you
yourself
know.
together.
But it's just being expressive, and a lot of people aren't used to
Mm.
that side. That some people make fun of it, call it bromance. Nah, man, I'm just showing love.
Absolutely.
I'm just showing you love, and people don't know how to identify love because they don't love themselves, or they
Mm.
was never loved as a child. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Knowing what love is it starts within. Love
Absolutely.
is soft. Love is kind. Love is easy. And a lot of people we get into these relationships or we have these issues, and the first thing they say is "f love." Nah,
Mm.
f the person that you was loving,
Mhm.
because that person is the one that did it. Love ain't
Yeah.
do nothing to you. Love is sweet. Love is still in the air. Love is still here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You just put up that. Oh, we about to go to church.
Yeah. Listen, you better come on. You better come on with it. I gotta get my hat. It ain't church unless I get my hat. Mm.
Your first lady hat.
That's the first lady hat. That's when we having church. That's what it is. Listen, I want to let's fast forward now and let's I could guess that your comedy, I watched a few of your skits and you
Mhm.
absolutely you're funny. It's funny. But I knew based off of the titles that came with your name from your representative, with the actor and the comedian and the mental health advocate, that I knew that this had to be coming from the person that experienced the same thing. I knew this had to be coming from a deeper place. I knew there had to be a deeper meaning than you just waking up and saying, hey, I'm about to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to be popular. This is what I want to do. But I knew there had to be something, a reason for you wanting to make people laugh, and you proved my point. So this, the acting thing, let's talk about the good stuff. Let's fast forward. Listen, I want to say the same exact thing to you. I'm glad that your attempts failed. I'm glad that you are
Mm-hmm.
here. And let me just say to you, it failed because even though you didn't understand back then, and anybody who's ever attempted suicide, it failed because your mission was greater than what you could see right then and there. That's why. And we don't see that until we're in the later. We don't see that until we're sitting where we're sitting right now today. And we say, you know what? If I had to have succeeded, I wouldn't be doing this. If I
Right.
had to have succeeded, I wouldn't have touched this person. I wouldn't have met this person, this thing in my life. I would have never experienced this. And your purpose and what God has for you. And like you said, listen, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. Listen, I read the
Mm-hmm.
Bible, but I can't tell you like turn to first John 76 chapter, because I don't know what that means.
We
It's
do it
probably
for the
don't.
philosophy.
Yeah, I'm spiritual. So, but I
Mm-hmm.
know what I feel. And what I feel is that, um, people who are in that moment, people have to understand on the outside. A lot of times when you say, or when you know somebody who has committed suicide, I know several people who have been in my personal space who have done so. You have to understand as a collective whole that that was the last option.
That
You
was.
have to understand. I tell people all the time, the signs are always there. I know because I was one who gave them. They were subtle, but the signs were there. You guys are looking for the obvious. Y'all are here looking for people to give away stuff. She done start giving away. First of all, y'all ain't getting my wigs. I'm gonna tell you that off top. Cause that I'm gonna tell you that off top. Ain't no, not a nary soul out there getting none of my lace wigs. Y'all ain't getting none of my jewelry. Y'all ain't getting nothing. I ain't giving nothing away. Not a single thing. So, to each its own. There are some people, and not to make light of the situation, but there are some people who do give huge hints. And then you have some people who never give a single solitary clue.
Cool.
You have to know these people to know what's up
They
with these
know
people.
their
They have to,
patterns and
yes,
know.
you have to know their patterns, know their behavior, and know the minute that there is something wrong. So to say out there it was a last option, please know that anybody who has ever succeeded in committing suicide, it was their best option. It was the only thing they could understand. They saw you, they heard you, but the end result was this is the better option for me, and this is the better option for anybody that's in my personal circle. That is the
Mm-hmm.
thought process. Been there. It's the thought process. But I'm glad that you are where you are right now and you're doing what you're doing. I'm glad that you're here as well, and you're doing it very well on the social media. You on TikTok and Instagram.
And
See
Instagram.
you with all the little foolishness you got going on. I mean foolishness in a respectable way. Listen,
Nah,
don't try
call
to
it
fight
what you
me because
want.
I like to
It's
fight.
still gonna be there.
Don't try to
I
fight me. I like to fight.
I like to. I only beat up brave people anyway, so I don't. I don't want to tussle. You got it.
But tell us about acting. You were in a couple of films, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you how'd
Um.
you how'd you manage that?
So one of the films I was in is called Fatal Influence. Um. Fatal Influence is on Amazon Prime. It's on. I believe it's on Peacock as well. But
Mm,
I didn't get. I got credited on IMDb, but I didn't get credited from the actual movie.
mm, mm.
I didn't get credited from the actual movie. I had a whole speaking role, I had my
Yeah,
time to shine,
yeah.
but when the credits were rolling, nowhere in sight, right? And
Mm,
this is, I'm bringing this up because I instantly enrolled in film school afterwards,
mm,
after I
mm,
went to the screening. That was my motivation right there. A lot of people don't know, like I attended Full Sail University, digital cinematography and film. That is my major. Um, I have my bachelor's in April 2025,
That's what's
and
up.
I'm already enrolled in I got accepted in the master's program for film as
Congrat-
well. So
Congratulations.
they won't never ever you won't ever get a chance not to put a stamp on my name. Like,
That's what's
you
up.
know what I mean? Like being overlooked is something that I always went through.
That's what's up.
Always went through. I'm in another movie called Rent a Ride. Rent a Ride was delayed due to the pandemic, but it will be
Hmm.
back. I did a few series. One series we just finished, we just wrapped up, called No Place Like Home, with Rudolph Valentino. Man, he's an amazing, amazing
Hmm.
guy, director, actor. Um, Monopoly. Uh, that's a series I've done with Julian Bertano. He played in Greenleaf. He was Oprah's bartender in Greenleaf.
That's what's up.
I have a few other things that's coming up.
Mm.
When I said I had one foot out the door,
You got it out the door.
I'm headed to. Just know I'm going to Tyler Perry Studios.
That's
Just
what's
know I'm
up.
on my way.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So listen, I want you to tell everybody how they can find you on your social media, your platform. This is your time to shine. Go ahead and tell them.
Everything is Turbskee at Turbskee, Turbskee. That's
Hmm.
on. I don't care if you still got MySpace. You can find me on MySpace, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah. So
Mm. That's
that's
what's up.
it. That's
Well,
it.
I
This
know
is
we're
why
gonna be
checking on your
seeing.
friends. I said, not hearing your essential. Oh, we hear you, Monique T.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good.
I had to.
Yeah,
I had to pin that one. That was a good
yeah,
one. Yeah, you got to check on people.
yeah.
And you know
Hmm.
what? Even with checking on people, I even going through what I'm going through. You can call me and check on me. I might answer, and if I answer, I'm gonna tell you everything's good. That's what we
Why
deal
do you
with.
do it?
Huh?
Do you know why you do it?
Do I know? Because I'm not telling you my business. That's
You
why.
got you got to find somebody safe to talk to.
Upstairs.
Understood, but somebody that could talk back to
Mm-hmm.
you and just listen, because we know he's listening. We
Mm-hmm.
know he's listening,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still it's powerful when you actually know, like, this is my person, this is
Yeah.
my dog, this is, I know for a fact, like T, even though T is my PR, she is my manager. T will call me, text me. If I don't respond, she still let me know. I love you. I got you. I'm here. Like, that's my dog.
Yeah.
Working and all. Like, it ain't no. Like, I get overwhelmed from working. I don't know how she do it. I don't know. She got a different type of drive in her. T is the greatest. When I tell you, man, I love
Oh,
her. I love her life, man. She is. Nah, that is one person. She is not by the play. Like, where your
that's
mental
what
health
it
at? Where
is.
you at today?
That's
Are you
what's
good?
up. That's what's
You
up.
ain't good. I know you ain't good. You need to
Yeah.
just go ahead. I'm gonna just sit on this phone and make sure you straight. Like, man, that's her.
Yeah, you need that. Shout out to
Yeah,
T. That's
yeah,
who
I love
actually
T, man.
reached out to me. She sounds like a pretty dope individual, and I'm glad. I know you're glad, and I'm glad that you have such an amazing person in your life to check in on you and make sure you're good because we need that. We absolutely do.
Yeah,
We need that. We absolutely
one of the dopest managers I ever. Actually, I had to ask her to be my manager.
do.
I did, because we were already, in the industry together.
Hmm.
But I was just like, you know what? Can you be my manager? Like, I don't want nobody else to be my manager. Can you be my manager? Because I had got 3 offers. I had got 3 offers already, and then I was like, I'm not going to go this route. I'm about to ask her.
Hmm. That's what's up.
It
Well,
took her like 48 hours to get back.
he put you with the person you were supposed to be with. Well, that's what's up.
That's a
Y'all made
fact.
it happen, and that's your person. That's pretty
Hmm.
dope. That's dope. One more thing. I know I held you on here longer than I should have, but listen, one more thing I always ask every last one of my guests: if you could look a younger Turbo in the mirror right now, what would you say to him?
I love you. I'm
Mm,
proud of you. Keep your
mm,
head up. Stand tall. Believe in yourself. Honor
mm,
yourself. But most importantly, I love you. If nobody loves you, I love you.
mm. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know it sometimes takes a lot for people to be as transparent as you are. I wish you nothing but the best of luck at what you're doing. You have an amazing calling. You're funny, you're talented, you're intelligent, you're gifted on so many levels, and I am so thankful that you are here to share that those gifts with each and every one of us. And I hope that you go even further than you've ever imagined in whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish in your life. Thank you. Thank you
She
again.
trying to do it, y'all. She trying to do it. She
Listen. Listen. I'm gonna go ahead and give you your flowers. You go ahead and get them right now. But we need that. We need, a lot. We need that. Like you just said, what would you say to your younger self? We need that. If a lot of us had that when we were younger, we'd probably be better emotionally, mentally, and physically right now today. I'm no exception. So, but I want to thank you for being who you're supposed to be. I want to thank you for being so brave to withstand everything that you ever withstood in your life. I want to thank you for being so strong in times where I know you probably felt like you could not be strong. I want to thank you for deciding to say, you know what? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to give it another shot. I want to thank you so much for choosing your journey and understanding that nobody else could have done this other than you. Nobody else can write the same exact story. They may look similar, but your story is just now beginning. And I want to thank you for deciding, hey, you know what? This is my story. I'm going to take control of my life and I'm going to do what is necessary to be who I need to be and to finally be happy. If nobody has told you that they love you, I'm gonna tell you I love you. Listen, don't try. Listen, I got another half, so don't try it. I'm just saying I don't want no problems because listen, I don't want no problems. I'm just speaking
I
from
ain't
a
try.
sister
I ain't try.
to
I
a
ain't trying to tussle.
brotherly.
Look, I love you more. Tell him I don't want to tussle. You got it, bro.
Listen, I thank you
Tell him I love
again.
him too. I
Absolutely.
love him
Oh,
for
he
you.
in here. Listen, he in here.
I love you. I love him for you.
We
Um,
appreciate you and please keep doing what you're doing. I don't care
definitely.
if only 6 people watch. It's 6 people that you've touched today. Please
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing and hopefully I'll see you around. I'm pretty sure of it.
One thing, let me say this. I want to tell you, I
Absolutely.
thank you. I appreciate you as well.
Yes.
Thank you for everything that you said. Because that comes from no bias. It's people that I've known my whole life that wouldn't dare say it because of may one thing I may have done in my life that
Mm,
they disagree with. And I
hmm.
appreciate you and I thank you. And I always say like anybody that is on their journey, you are one like, one view, one share away. So keep going.
Absolutely. You have a good night and thank you so much for spending
You
your
as well.
Friday evening right here. You
Right.
say you ain't, and you say, and you know what? I feel bad. I feel some type of way because let me tell you something right now. I feel some type of way because you said earlier I ain't got nothing else to do.
Nah, I don't have to work tonight because I work overnight.
All right, I like that
Yeah,
better.
yeah, I work overnight, so y'all got me on a good day. Oh, I got
That's
a lot
what's
to do.
up.
I was just making it seem like I ain't had nowhere to go. You see, I'm
That's what it is. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you up anymore. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you again soon, sir.
okay. All right, talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Turbskee, a phenomenal and amazing person. Um, Listen, if you're dealing with your mental health, if you're dealing with depression, if you're battling it right now, please understand that where you are right now, this is not the end. I'm going to take a little motivational moment for just a second. Please understand that right now where you are, this is not the end for you. It has to get better. It's going to get better. You're still here because you have a job to do. And even though you think that if you decide to leave here and you think that somebody else is going to complete your job, you're absolutely wrong. That job will go incomplete. Nobody will ever be able to write your story the way you can. So take solace in understanding that if you don't have that somebody like Turbskee has, if you don't have that somebody that you can turn to and that you can talk to, find them. Make friends, get out there and socialize and find somebody that you can trust. Find somebody that can understand what it is that you're going through. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, like my grandmother tells me, when all else fails, when all else fails, you already know who to call. You already know who to talk to. But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who you believe in. I don't know who you pray to. I don't know who you call on, but whomever it is, go to him, go to her. Who, if you think it's a female, whatever, baby Jesus, big Jesus, teenage Jesus, whatever. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is say it one time. And I'm telling you, it's coming from a place of understanding. This is coming from a personal space because I know what it's like. I've been there. I am a 3-time suicide survivor, and I am not afraid to admit that. I am not afraid to express with people that even though the outside may look like something that people don't understand or that people think they understand, you haven't the slightest idea of what goes on in here. And that's what it's like when you're dealing with mental issues, when you're dealing with depression. That's what it's like. I just want anybody out there that's going through something right now to know that you're not alone. I want you to understand that you are loved. If nobody has come to you today to tell you that they love you, let me be the first to tell you I love you and you can do this. I understand that the storm is difficult. I understand that it's hard. I understand that you feel like you can't deal with it, but you can. You absolutely can. You were built for this. You were made for this. Keep going. I don't care how many times you get knocked down. You keep standing up until you can stand no more. You get up, you patch up your wounds, you fix your cuts, you put your brace on, whatever it is that you need to do. Daggone it, if you have to crawl to the finish line, then you pull yourself up together and you crawl to the finish line. But you don't ever stop. You don't ever give up, no matter what. Never give up. I love you. Thank you guys so very, very much for tuning in to In My City. This is like this is an example of the amazing interviews that we have to come. We're gonna have some good stuff for you guys. So make sure you stay tuned in. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe and to go to our channel on YouTube, make sure you go on over there. We got some good stuff. I promise you, it's good stuff. Thank you guys and have a good night. And also, I want to thank you all the ones that are in my comments. I see everything. I see you. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day. I love you and I appreciate you. And don't forget, you got this. Take care. Until the next time. We gonna when is the next time anyway? Y'all about to catch me. I don't wear glasses, but y'all know that's how people be looking at their schedule. We're going to catch y'all. I think our next interview is coming up on Monday. Actually, we talked about that. So I will see you guys on Monday. Love you. Bye.